these. And just little circles up and down the sternum. And then begin the tap, taking 2 or 3 fingers, coming up and down the sternum, the base of the throat. Up and down, begin to deepen out the breath. I'm going to do a 5 elements inspired session this morning. A couple of fairly familiar movements, a couple of them with some combinations that we may not have done before. And take one of those hands and work it over to that little hollow point right beneath the shoulder. Just tap into that hollow. It's the end of the lung point. And then let an arm come up, palm facing the air. And slap on down that arm. Turn the hand over, up and over the shoulder. And then back down the front, down the inside. Over the hand, up the outside of the arm. And we'll go one more time on this side. Just a few extra taps down into that hollow. And we'll come on across to the other side. Work your way up to that little hollow point. And then let the arm float up just a bit. Palm turn toward the ceiling, toward the sky, and tap on down that arm. One more time here. And then with both fingers, let's come back to the sternum. A couple of times up and down. We're working our way down to the top of the ribs. Go from the bottom of the ribs down to the hip bone. Take a few times up and down on each side. And then let's come across to the other side. Get everything woke up. And then hand over hand, just circle the hands over the dantian. Few times in both directions. And then just let the hands come the rest there. Let's adjust our feet out so we're about shoulder width apart. And release the hands and begin to swing from the upper torso, tapping on the lower belly and the lower back. Knocking on the door of life. I was a little afraid we weren't going to get a session in today because fired everything up at about 10 o'clock We're on Eastern time up here. And Zoom was down. Down for system maintenance, they said, which seemed odd to me on a Monday morning. So I'm guessing it was not planned maintenance. Widen the feet out a little bit and begin to shift weight from side to side as we knock. Still keeping the breath nice and deep. And then let's gradually let the hands float off the body. Still keeping the feet out wide. You can inhale as you sweep one up. When it gets to the top, begin to exhale it over and through. Shift the weight. Inhale the other one up. Exhale it down and through. Shifting weight as it comes across. Switching sides. One more time over. Both hands float up. Toe heel back into shoulder width. And our commencing move. Open the door. Inhaling up. Elbows get heavy at the top. Everything floats back down. And let's take a little melt at the bottom. We'll go through the elements in the order water, wood, fire, metal, and earth. Let's take a couple more. And let's begin the sequence by syncing the chi. Rise and gather, pull everything back in, press it down. The water element, we have the water wheel. Palms are going to face each other. We're going to step out diagonally. So we pull the hands up like we're turning over a big wheel. Inhaling up, exhaling out and over. Let's take one more pushing forward. And then let's reverse the direction of the wheel. Pushing down and out at the bottom, pulling up and over at the top. last turn. As you come back in, step out to the other diagonal corner, pulling up, pushing over. Water wheel on the other side. One more turn forward, and then let's reverse direction. Spin that wheel towards you. Couple more turns. We'll make this our last turn. Stepping back in, letting the hands float down. And again, let's sink the chi. Rise and gather, pull it in, press it down. The wood element. Hands come up in front, palms facing each other, like you're holding the ball. Spin the ball. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, push your top hand away from you. Push your bottom hand away in the other direction. Look toward the bottom hand. Recapture the ball on the inhale. Spin the ball. Exhale. Press palms away from each other. Look over the shoulder at the bottom hand. Inhale, recapture the ball, spin it. Exhale, press palms away, look away from the top hand, look toward the bottom hand over the shoulder. Inhaling as we recapture the ball, spinning the ball. And if you're really feeling bold, as you press away, add a side bend. I don't have that today. So your arms become the branches on the tree, feet rooted into the ground. Last one. Spin the ball, let your hands flatten, melt down, and let's sink the chi. On to the fire element. This is a version of lifting up the heavens. So hands rise with fingers loosely interlocked. At the shoulders, turn over, exhale skyward. Inhale, slight dip of the knees. Exhale, straighten up. Inhale, release, exhale. So multi-part breathing. Breathing in, Hands rise. Hands turn over. Breathing out. Breathing in as we take a little bit of a dip in the knees. Exhale back to the top. Hold there. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Rising. Pressing skyward. Body dips down. Couple more. And one more time. Releasing, letting everything float down. Back to the beginning. Let's sink the chi. Something a little more familiar for the metal element. Arms come up, they float back down, crossing over, they rise. One hand floats out to hold the bow, the other one pulls the string, exhale, melt down. Inhale, arms float out, sweep down. As they come up, same thing, other side. I personally like the other version of this we do, but this sequence calls for this one. Last one. Hand floats out, both hands float down. And one last time, we sink the chi. The last form in the elements is for earth. It's a combination of separating earth and sky, and rooster stands on one leg. So hands come up in front, palms facing each other. Spin your ball. Bottom hand floats behind. Top hand floats up. The leg where your bottom hand is going to rise. So it's the opposite leg from arm that rises. Recapture the ball, shift the weight, spin the ball, separate earth and sky, and the golden rooster stands on one leg together. Shift the weight, spin the ball. Gauge how high you're lifting, how your balance is today. Maybe it's here. Mine seems much better today than it was yesterday on a paddleboard. I never landed in the water, but I was awfully wobbly. Go one more on each side. Last one. Recapture the ball. Spin it. Flatten the hands. Let them float down. Go into our close. Rise and gather overhead. Flatten the palms. Let them float down. On this third one, as the hands reach bottom, let the fingertips come together. Pull that back up, press it forward, turn it like a wheel. On this third turn, as you come up, hands separate, toss one away. It comes up and over, down the midline, centering the chi. Yeah, let's go an extra one on each side. And final time over. This time as the hand floats down, let it come to rest on the heart center. Place the lower hand on the lower dantian. Step the feet together. Close your eyes. We'll finish with a few nice long deep breaths. Swaying like a bamboo in the wind. We've actually got a lot of wind aid today.